Did you know that being in the automotive industry, you're changing people's lives on a daily basis? That's right. Your job as a professional automotive salesperson makes a major impact on people's lives every day. You know who the most important people employed in America are? The retail automotive salesperson. Yes, you. You may not realize this, but every time you sell one vehicle, there are over 1,000 people employed. That's right, over 1,000 people. So for every vehicle you sell, you are feeding literally thousands of people. Everyone from the people who work on the assembly line that touch the vehicle, to the parts manufacturers, the tire manufacturers, the people working at the different corporations, truckers delivering those vehicles, dealership personnel that are touching that deal. I mean, just think about it for a second. When you sell one car, how many people just in your dealership alone touch that one deal? The sales manager, the used car manager, the finance manager, the general manager, the accounting personnel, the booking clerk, the comptroller, the service department when they get the vehicle dropped off from the trucking department, the mechanic that's doing the PDI, the service writer who wrote the work, and of course you who's selling the actual vehicle. I mean, it really is truly amazing how many lives are affected all because you sold one vehicle. So let's get some facts. Did you know that 1 out of every 4 people in North America are employed because of the automobile industry? Did you know that 20% of the economy in North America is controlled by the automotive industry, the whole economy? Over 1/3 of all the taxes in the United States are derived from the retail automotive business. The automotive industry is the most important business in the world, and you are part of that. When you think about it, I mean really think about that, we should be extremely proud to be in the automotive business in the capacity of a professional salesperson. Hey, look, I understand the stereotype that we car salespeople have, right? Shysters, snake oil salespeople, thieves. You know what? It's all bull crap. It's not true, and we all know it. In fact, if you're trying to manipulate people into buying a vehicle, let me just say this. Get out of the business. You don't deserve to be in this business. The most successful people in this business always treat their customers with the utmost respect. They always do the right thing. They never lie. And they always give the customer what's best for them. So be very proud that you're in this business. When someone asks you, what do you do for a living? You proudly say, I sell cars, with that sense of pride. We really do have an incredible job and an immense responsibility. Now, with that being said, we need to become professionals and commit to learning, commit to taking care of your customers. Here's some more facts that are going to blow your mind. According to a recent study, 89% of people do some sort of research online before they even come to your dealership, of which they spend an average of over 5.5 hours. 78% of shoppers use a third-party website while shopping. In other words, AutoTrader, or TrueCar, or Cars.com. Walk-ins still remains the most common form of the initial contact by more than half of all buyers. Phone-ups still account for 25%. Email accounts for 15%. Social media, online chat, and texting covers the rest. Now, here comes some facts about us and the dealership. 52% of all car shoppers feel anxious or uncomfortable at the dealership. 62% felt pressured right away, and 49% said that they felt tricked into buying features that they didn't need. Up to 85% of car buyers do not recall the name of their salesperson only after 12 months from the day that they purchased their car. More than 80% of customers believed that their salespeople do not know their product, and upwards 90% of them did not even do a product presentation. 90% of people never got a follow-up phone call from their salesperson after they purchased the car. 85% of customers felt that the salesperson did not really care about what's really important to them and what they wanted in their next vehicle. Now, here's some good news about those pathetic numbers. If you simply commit to becoming an expert in the automotive sales business, to getting to know your product inside and out, to listening to your customers and giving them what they really want, those numbers simply won't apply to you. If you commit to becoming a lifelong learner, to becoming excellent at what you do, you will make 6 figures a year and sometimes even more. Commit to becoming successful. Successful people commit every single day to their own successes. They commit to learning every day. They practice what they do all the time. The best salespeople in the world are always going to seminars. They're reading books. They're educating themselves. They're always retraining their brains. They do simple things on a daily basis like prospect for new business. They follow up with the customers who've purchased in the past. In fact, their customers never forget their names. They commit to being positive every single day. Look, I wanted to tell you some of these facts because it may just wake you up, especially if you're one of those people who are included in those stats. Are you one of the 90% of the salespeople that the buyers don't remember their names because you don't follow up with a phone call after the sale? Are you one of the 80% that really don't know your product? Are you one of those people that use manipulation and trickery to get your customers to buy? Well, then I have news for you. You can do one of two things. Either shape up or ship out. There's no room in this business for non-professionals that don't want to better themselves and make this a career. Now, it may sound a little harsh, but frankly, it is what it is, and it's the truth. As you heard me say over and over, this business is the greatest business on the planet. All you have to do is commit to becoming a lifelong learner. Study every day about sales, how to become a professional salesperson, how to treat your customers with respect. Give them what they want, never lie to them, and always do the right thing. If you do that, and you follow up on a consistent basis to make sure your customers are happy and that they'll never forget your name, you will be successful in this business. It's impossible not to. Let me say that one more time. It's impossible not to be successful. Will it be easy? No. Will it take time to build a business, a repeat and referral business? Yes. But if you commit to being the best you that you can be, then your customers will see that. And they will always come back and buy from you over and over again. And hey, if you have a desire to move up into management, then you will move up the corporate ladder, no questions asked. Look, I can go over hundreds of more positive statistics and numbers to show you why you should commit to this business. But I think you really understand it. Have you ever heard of the Pareto principle? The 80-20 rule? It simply says that 20% of your salespeople will produce 80% of the results, and that 80% of your salespeople will produce 20% of the results. By the way, this principle applies to any business or really anything in life. Just think about where you're at right now. In any dealership in the country that you walk into, you will always have those few people, that 20%, that are always selling the vast majority of vehicles. So now I ask you, which do you want to be? The 20% or the 80%? Of course you want to be the 20%. That takes commitment. That takes dedication. That takes honesty. So I challenge you from this moment forward to commit yourself to success. Commit yourself to learning everything in these courses, and you will soon see that you're now part of the 20% that produce 80% of the results. And I'm sure that's where you want to be, don't you?